Hello and namaste. This is Sophie, and I'm back again with another episode for Access Education Network. And I have a very special guest with me today, and he's Karan sir. Welcome to Access Education Network, and welcome to Nepal.
Thank you so much. I guess I am the special guest. Well, thank you so much for having me, Sophie, here. Always pleasure coming back to see you guys, the team at the Access. And I am having quite a good time here in Kathmandu, Nepal. The weather is perfect, the people are great as usual, and we are in for a great chat today. So thank you so much.
Definitely, we'll have some conversation about Canada and everything. So
Sure.
before that, can you please give us a brief introduction to our viewers?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. If you're watching close by here, far from here, wherever you are, so hello, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Karan Salgotra. I'm the manager of global business development for South Asia and Central Asia for Niagara College. We are a leading public institution in south of Ontario in the beautiful Niagara region. And today we are here to tell you everything that you need to know about Canada, about Niagara College, your long-term career goals, and how you can have a great, successful run in this beautiful country, immigrating from here, right from this amazing country of Nepal.
Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. So before going to the part of Canada, where are you originally from, and how did you start this journey?
That's that's an amazing question. I love that question. Like many international students, I started my journey the same way. The same way in those IELTS centers, the PD centers, talking to the counselors. Born and brought up in New Delhi, India. Moved to Canada in 2013. Studied at Niagara College and lived through that whole international student journey. Studied in Canada, got an amazing opportunity, amazing job, work, and then continued doing that, and then had a fair chance to apply for a permanent residency and got invited to apply for permanent residency, and now I consider myself a part of Canada, but still from India, from heart, right? So bring the best of both worlds.
Yep, thank you so much. So you started your career from Niagara College itself.
I did.
Wow.
I studied automotive in Niagara College. I had a very strong passion for automotive, for cars, and hands-on learning experience, which Niagara College gave me through its amazing program. And then, as part of the program, I had to choose a co-op. So I worked at Canadian Tire to do my co-op. Right after finishing the co-op, they hired me to stay on part-time as I studied for my rest of my program. When I finished the program, I got hired there full-time, and not too long after, I got an amazing opportunity to come back to Niagara College and work at Niagara College International, which I took. And I think it's the great opportunity which was offered to me, and I'm very happy myself that I took it, and I'm still there. So a little bit, I'm almost coming to my 10-year anniversary at Niagara College for work this September.
Wow. A decade, almost a decade.
Almost a decade.
That's a huge investment as well as the commitment that you need. And definitely, I believe Niagara College, I've learned about Niagara College quite a lot, and it definitely meets all the requirements and all the expectation, I believe, in there.
Sure
And our
does.
students are choosing Niagara College as well. And I'm very happy that you've shared your journey for our students as well, who's looking forward to study in Canada. And as an international student, you can see here he has made his career there in Canada as an international student. So definitely you can make it as well.
Absolutely. It's a fair chance for everybody. I think that's the beauty of Canada as a country. A very welcoming country to anybody who wants to really build something. Canada gives everybody a fair opportunity to succeed. Canada gives everybody a fair opportunity to have right to education, right to express themselves, right to have the choice to be able to build a career where they want to, and then right to live anywhere in Canada, right? So I think as a country which has that level of immigration friendliness and openness and scope to giving everybody a fair chance to become culturally acceptable,
Yeah.
assimilate, and treating everybody equally. I will say that I think we give a lot of credit to the country and then how the foundation is built and its people to remain this welcoming, to remain this supportive, and helping each other in that journey. So I think it makes truly a difference in somebody whose life trajectory is going to change.
Yeah.
Anybody from here who's going to move to Canada or any part of the world, I think it's something we need to recognize that their life trajectory is going to change. Most likely, the future generations of that person is going to be born overseas. They're going to take care of their family here. Most likely, they'll help them immigrate there or support them here. And they're going to be exposed to a completely different new life, new perspective. The way they're going to look at things is going to be very different, and that individual is going to learn so many new things which they may not ever be exposed to if they remain in the same environment. So I think that's the beauty of living in Canada and experiencing all that.
Yeah. Talking about the truth, I've heard as my focus is not for Canada personally, I look after the other countries for the recruitment. And talking about Canada, I've heard a lot from the students that the situation there in Canada has changed. Is it true that it is difficult to actually stay there in Canada because of the accommodation, the job opportunity, and also the visa success rate as well? Is that true or not?
It's really how you look at things, right?
Yeah.
Nothing is ever permanent, right? Things evolve as the evolution in things come. If it's countries in their stance on immigration, economic development, that's how true democracy works. Things changes all the time as per the need of the nation, as what their people are asking for. And the same thing happened in Canada. Like many other destinations, Canada is not the only country where it happened. At every destination, we see this kind of changes. It's always how you look at the changes, right? To look at everything and to analyze everything. Of course, you would have to dig down to the facts and data to find something positive, or you can have a surface level knowledge of anything and everything look negative. Canada, as a country, as you know, is the second largest country in the world. It's the most massive landmass. So comparing it to anything in the world is apples to oranges comparison. But just like any in a country which is divided into like provinces, of course there are areas which are more densely populated and areas which are less densely populated. And you may find that the news of, let's say, having housing issues and having employability issues is not a Canada-wide thing. It may happen in certain areas, it may not happen in certain areas. That's why it's very important for students who are watching this or who come to these offices here at Access is to understand two very important things. You need to understand everything about the destination you're going. You understand the country, its model, it's how the country operates, how your future fits in that country. And second, the location. Location matters a lot. Like the choice of student to understand that I need to do a program here. One is quality of education they're getting, but the other metrics which comes along with it, cost of living, employability, like part-time jobs, if there's any supports for that, what kind of job that sector even offer, that region even offer. Are there part-time job opportunities in that area? Are there full-time job opportunities in that area after I graduate? Student had to look into everything. The students who have done that due diligence right from the get-go have a very different experience than some students who may not have done it. So the experience, positive or negative, actually comes from way before they have even started their journey. It actually comes in offices like here, right, where the counseling is being done, more of strategic counseling in their career versus just let me get to the destination and figure out things. Somebody who's going to figure out things by themselves will find out the goods and bads as they go. Somebody who do it more strategically finds out, is already prepared for it. So although I agree with the fact that yes, changes have came in past couple of years at the Canada education system, the immigration system, but many other systems within Canada as well. But it will be very biased to say that it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? It's not happening everywhere. You need to have a little bit more than surface level knowledge about it. Ask questions. Curiosity is going to get best out of students. So students, at any point you feel like this rumor might be true, might not be true, come to the right people. Get to understand everything, and once you do, you'll get to know that it is not something which is issue of like whole Canada.
Yes.
And it's also not an issue which cannot be resolved as well. So
Yes.
students who are maybe watching this and they find themselves stuck in those scenarios of not having employability, having issues with housing, there are support at every level and everywhere, which will actually help you get out of those scenarios as well.
And we are there to guide you through. Our team, the Canada team, is there to guide you through with all the perks of studying in Canada, and also we help you there. And we have our office in Canada as well,
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
definitely that will be a very helpful thing for the students who's actually looking forward to study in Canada. And I remember last time when we met, we had a conversation regarding the quota system with the provinces.
Yeah.
How is it? Has that changes made a positive change in the Canadian market for the education?
Right. So from our last conversation to now, the system has developed itself a little bit. We have a new model which we've been, which has been now tested and tried and is in effect for past year or so now, which is called provincial attestation letter. So every public institution has ability to issue a provincial attestation letter. Now, division of it's get done on a provincial level. To by the time it comes to student level, they won't see any of these changes effect. But to help viewers understand what is happening, that each institution have a specific number of provincial attestation letters they will issue. Now this has been created to have a good sustainability between all the institutions, right? You have to look at Canada as a very vast options in education, right? Just in Ontario, we have 48 institutions, we have 24 amazing public colleges, and we have 24 amazing public universities. So lots and lots of options for students, and to make sure that each and every student get equal opportunity. That's why I think the system is created. So there's to create a sustainable level of growth among all institutions, to giving everybody a right fair chance to apply to an institution they would like. And that has now happened on other provincial level as well. For province of British Columbia, for province of Quebec. So all they have this from a federal level. There is a system.
Yeah, and talking about the Niagara College, so tell me more about the courses. Why should students choose to study in Canada, study in Niagara College? What do they get?
Absolutely. Well, before we even get into talking about Niagara College, I want to talk about where we are and what makes us so unique. Like I said, Canada is divided into, we call the term provinces. So we are in a province of Ontario, south of Ontario, and a beautiful region of Niagara. And that is right next to United States of America. Right on the other side, there is Niagara Falls, New York, the state of New York, and state of Buffalo. So we have Buffalo as well. 3 land crossing borders just in Niagara region, where you can either drive or walk if you have a visa to cross into United States. And it's divided by the world famous Niagara Falls. Right, so we are very proud to say that the most beautiful tourist attraction in the world is actually just in our backyard. So you get to experience it by saying that many students like to do when they get asked, where do you live? Well, I live in Niagara Falls. That statement enough is to make many people jealous. All right, everybody would love to see Niagara Falls at least once in their lifetime, and our students and we and everybody who lives in Niagara get to experience it every day. So we are in south of Ontario in this beautiful region of Niagara, and Niagara Falls itself welcoming 15 million tourists a year. A global tourism hub. We have some of the best restaurants, we have some of the best hotels and hospitality entertainment services. And we are, as a Niagara College, we are the leading public institution in province of Ontario, and then the biggest college in Niagara region. We have two amazing campuses, a campus in City of Welland. That's where we teach our technology programs, our trades programs, our healthcare programs, our programs related to the liberal studies, our fitness related programs. And then we have another amazing and beautiful campus in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Very open, very welcoming. That's where we teach our winery program, our hospitality, our culinary, our bakery, our brewery program, our distilling program, our landscape, greenhouse program, our business program, ecosystem restoration, commercial cannabis. So all those programs are in that campus. Now, when you visit the campus, you can actually clearly see the distinction how these campuses are built. I gotta give a lot of credit to people who designed those campuses. The moment you enter at the Welland campus, you actually feel, oh, okay, like there's a lot of like there's a lot of like tech labs. You feel, okay, there's a lot of tech programs being taught here. You enter, there is a dental facility, there is healthcare facility. So you start to feel like, okay, these are the type of programs being taught here. And then when you go to Niagara on the campus, suddenly you start to feel like a lot more like resort style. Like then you start, makes sense why there's a vineyard. We have a 30-acre vineyard right on our property. This belong to Niagara College. And then why there's a restaurant, why there's this, and why there's like beautiful escarpment in the back. That is all because these are the type of program. We call our campuses like the living labs, right? A lot of the stuff students do, like if it's our greenhouse or landscape students, they're maintaining their property at both campuses, right? The students who are from winery program, they're growing the grapes right at the campus. The students in the ecosystem restoration, they're learning all their models around that campus. The students who are in automotive, they have all the labs and everything right built on the campus. So we call it the living lab, the experience for students right on the campus. And we offer some of the most competitive and amazing trailblazing programs in the sector. So Niagara College in general offer a little bit over 120 programs. We have a little bit over 60 postgraduate work permit eligible programs in all the sectors. So we have programs in trades, in skills, in healthcare, in technology, and like some of the amazing hospitality culinary programs as well. So if I had to point at a few, at our Welland campus, our healthcare programs are amazing. We have gerontology, our palliative care program, our technology and trade program, the computer programming, the automotive programs, our the other programs which really stand out to me, the autism program, the fitness and health promotion program, social media management, and the very latest program which we develop is in the field of defense. As the technological development in the sector of drones, and how do we engage in learning the technology behind a lot of the operations in defense. As that technology evolves, we have launched a very new program starting fall 2026 in defense as well. Going to our Niagara-on-the-Lake campus, some of the amazing programs here are hospitality programs, our culinary skills program. We have our bachelor's degree there for human resources and a bachelor's degree for hospitality. This is their honors in bachelor's in business administration. Then we have our wine program where students learn literally how to grow the wine and how that wine ended up becoming a bottle which gets served in a retail space and gets sold. Our brewmaster program, our program related to like the food innovation, the culinary innovation, which is more science-based program as well. Our baking program, and launching in the fall 2026, so September 2026, we're bringing a brand new program called the Professional Butchery Program. Now that's a very interesting program itself. I recently got to travel with our Dean of Culinary Tourism and Beverage, and he was explaining to me that the program itself, it's not just about like wearing a hat and white coat and cutting the meat. It's actually learning how to sustainably get that meat from farm to table.
Yeah.
Right, this is a very widespread concept in North America right now. A lot of restaurants are adapting it. So anybody aspire to become like a really good chef, I think they have two amazing programs. You have the culinary skills program, a 1-year certificate, you can do that, and right after you can do a professional butchery program. And the things you're learning is really how to sustainably cut the meat without having the minimum wastage, how this get used into different areas of culinary, and other things. A lot of European concept like curated meats, like like having those like charcuterie boards, and but how that meat get made and how it's get done. So a lot of that understanding. So very unique, very different program. Niagara College is known for its trailblazer program. We were the first college in Canada to have a commercial cannabis program. We were the leading program in wine. We are leading programs. We have developed a lot of these amazing programs, which give students access to some of the careers, which they may have not even thought, like how do you get it. So this is a very different experience from education systems coming, like for myself, from a very Indian education system, which is very theory based.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then you
totally relating to that.
Exactly. And then you get into a college which actually teach you applied learning. We are going to make you work while you learn. So you can apply it right away. And that's something we call at Niagara College. You can graduate on Friday and start working Monday. And the only way you can do that when you have learned throughout the time practically how to do things.
Yes.
So
the real
this is what we offer at Niagara College.
Wow, that's a lot. Like while you were talking about the courses, I was totally imagining in my back of my head that I wish I knew this before. Like studying here in Nepal, that's why I can relate with young people who's actually looking forward for the exposure, for the practical learning, and that's where we come along, and we play a very important role as an agent as well. Like
absolutely.
Giving the opportunity for the young minds who's not just who's thinking out of the box and who's looking forward to study along with the practicality, the real-time activity that happens in the real life. So here in Nepal, we are actually progressing through the education, but not up to the mark that you have mentioned about the Niagara College, about the labs, about the farming with about the grapes. And here, like, that's why we motivate our students to get the exposure, come to Nepal, build your career here. We have a lot of opportunity here. And or you can also settle there. We are there to help you. And these are the things that was running in my head. Okay, wow, we are doing a good job to give a better education to the young minds, to make a new leaders later on.
Absolutely. I think you touched on a very good point.
Yeah.
The new generation of the student who are getting into education and workforce, they look at things from a completely different lens from our generation. Like I would still consider myself a generation prior, but I'm learning a lot. Like there's something keeps me excited. I'm actually learning a lot from these young minds. The quality of life is very important for the younger generation than actually many other comparison which people had in prior generation. The student, the youth now, the student of future is looking into, I want to have a great education experience, but while doing so, I want to have a great college life.
Yeah.
I want to have a great balance. I want to learn about things which are non-conventional. I want to learn about things which are traditionally not taught to me when I was growing up. I think exposure to foreign education now is a lot more of a strategy than just a next step. Students are choosing destination because that's where they're saying that I'm going to build a long-term career because this reason. Versus about 10 years ago when I moved, I thought I will start here and then I'll figure out how I'm going to build a career here, right? So that comes its own set of like having that understanding. But because the new generation is way more connected with the world than us, they're way more connected with, the society in terms of meaningful connection through content, through social media, through freedom of expression is so much more important now for them than anything else. So
now the AI,
AI is next. AI is next. So I think what's happening is connectivity, right? They're connecting the dots faster. They are able to communicate faster, and all of this is actually leading for the new generation to choose things which actually it's going to make them happy. So I think in near future, happiness is going to probably the biggest indicator. I'm hedging my bets on it, and that the students are going to choose that I do this because I like it, I enjoy it, and I can see myself doing career versus opposite. That I'm doing this to build a career then. The total opposite. So, and I think that is what's going to be the most important job for you guys. that helping student understand that, hey, let's take a scale back right now and try to imagine yourself 5 6 years from now. What is that space you want to be in, right? And that might be a very tough question for a student from right away. To know that what they want to do, it's like asking a second grader what you want to be, and then everybody want to be astronaut.
And talk to
I don't have any friend who's astronaut, but many people do become astronaut
Yes.
because something like pursuing what they really wanted to be. Same thing goes with, I think, trying to find right country, right education now is where do you want to build a career? And the
Yes.
moment you're able to get that answer out of them, it becomes much more easier to help them counsel into next steps. So I think that's where the next generation will lead.
And I've already seen the changes as well with the students. They already are more research focused. They come with the course, the institution, the country. They're quite sure about it.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is how it's gonna be. These are the facilities because these are the facilities that we're gonna get. Oh,
Right.
there's gym. Oh, there's this fitness. There's this
Right.
some enthusiasts about football. They come to me and oh, there's a football ground. We can play futsal or football.
Absolutely.
That's how they're gonna come, and I can see the changes already.
Absolutely.
And I think it's the college, Niagara College is a full package of all
100%.
the techs, innovation, technologies, the guidance, student support, and of course the location as well.
Right.
It's perfect. When you were talking about the Niagara Fall, it quite gave me a goosebumps. Like, okay, I wish I was there.
Yes, it is. It is. At Niagara College, it's not something new. I have experienced it in 2013, many years ago myself. That how an institution, everybody in institution, focused so much on individuality of a student. I always found that like my voice was heard, and I was invited into the rooms where traditionally I wouldn't, to be able to talk about things and to be able to express on certain topics. And what does that mean is the institution focus on student experience.
Yes.
We take a lot of pride at Niagara College that when we say that we are here to provide students a holistic experience, right? That goes beyond the classroom, that goes beyond their workplaces.
Yes.
Everything what's going on in that 24-hour of a student life is very important. Every hour spent in that college life is very important. That is your foundation in a new country.
Yeah.
But on how would I say is on a little bit of easy mode, right? Because you have people around you who are willing to support you. You have services, teams who's going to help you through it. So your focus can remain on that one prime objective, getting through your studies, and you have ability and time to be able to do a lot of things outside that classroom. That is through our events, that is through our sports and recreation, that is through our getting involved in community, that is where helping you find jobs either off campus, on campus, getting you involved in orientation, getting you a peer tutor, getting you, finding you mentors, keeping you engaged. A lot of that actually builds a very strong foundation in a new country where you're starting. 10 years from then, you will reflect on that time. I learned that when I was in college, actually it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like those soft skills which I learned, it makes so much sense that, that is how it works. That is how you apply it. It can only happen when you have time and when you have that openness in mind to be able to do that. And then teams will step in to help you at every point. At Niagara College, you have student services team which help you with housing and accommodation and academic advising. You have team outside at library. You have team outside student engagement and helping you with volunteering activities. And student at NC SAC, they're helping you with the clubs and helping you continue your passion. If you're passionate about playing chess, then start a chess club or join a chess club. You want to run for a student government, we'll give you a platform for that. And later you want to become the president of student council. Sure, a fair election which student will decide that yes, do we see you as a president who's going to represent us? We'll make that happen. Take you on a trips outside the Niagara region, take you to Toronto, take you to Montreal. And then while you're also a student, giving you opportunity Do you want to go to Georgia and learn about wine if you're in a wine program? Absolutely. Or do you want to take one of these 15, international field study trips where taking the students around the globe to have these learning experience, at the same time cultural learning experience, both in education and the region for 1 week, 2 weeks. We do all that. So I think that would make a holistic student experience.
Yes. So, talking about the courses, I think our students have had a very good vision about how Niagara College looks like and what do they get. But also, when we come down to the students, other most important factor that is financials as well.
Right.
So, in talking about the tuition fee, what are the ranges for the tuition fee for Niagara College?
Right, great. So at Niagara College, we have 1-year certificates, we have 2-year diplomas, we have 3-year advanced diplomas, and we have degree programs, 4-year degree program. So each type of offering for any type of student who's looking for a particular program or like pair of program, maybe 2 1-year certificate or postgraduate certificate as well. So a lot of that offering. Average tuition fee at Niagara College is anywhere between $19,000 to $20,000 Canadian annually, so not USD, Canadian annually, and that depends on the program. Right now, Niagara College every year gives anywhere from a good 6-figure scholarships globally to the students who are studying there or the students who are coming as first timers as well. So check out Niagara College scholarship page. All you got to do, come talk to your counselors. They'll help you navigate the whole page. So you'll be able to see your entrance level scholarships. We have scholarships here in Nepal. Every student get about up to $2,000 in scholarship, $1,500 entrance level scholarship, another $500 scholarship when you pay your full year tuition fee. You have scholarships for a degree program. I'll give you an example of that. Total value up to $20,000 in scholarship, $2,500 every semester offered to a degree students as well. And then there's some program specific scholarship, but it's just not limited to that. When the students start their journey at college, right from the second semester, there are scholarship which are for ongoing students. So they're we call it current student scholarships. And then there's tons and tons of other scholarships you can apply. You can apply a scholarship based on merit. You can apply a scholarship based on volunteering. You can apply a scholarship based on how much you're involved with the community. Some are like application based, some are your portfolio based. So there are a lot of scholarships available at Niagara College offered to equally to all our students.
Wow. So if any one of them has a good score?
Absolutely. There are some merit-based scholarships for program. If you're scoring over the percentile of 80, you have the certain merit-based scholarship which you can apply. Students who are taking second program at Niagara College they can apply for a second program scholarship as well. We even have a refer a friend program. You know, like when students refer their friend to study at Niagara College, is that they get incentivized for that as well. So there's So a lot of these programs to help understand, to help students, I personally not like to call it financial incentives, but these are like, something help you like to understand the model a little bit better, that it is more of a peer-to-peer support model, so a lot of that base. And then, like Canada's always been a country who rewards you on your original work. So that's kind of like a lot of our scholarships are based in, we reward the behavior than just incentivizing for students for what they're trying to do, but actually helping them motivate to do something a little bit better, like one step closer. And it doesn't always have to be academics. Like I said, right? Students can apply for, scholarship based on how much volunteering they have done, how much community how much they've been involved in community, have done a lot of community service. So there's a lot of all of that gets rewarded by behavior in certain ways.
Well, thank you so much. Talking about the scholarship, so students, if you have anything as such for the scholarship, we do have exciting scholarship opportunities for you all at Niagara College, and we can definitely help you with that as well. Absolutely. So talking about the courses along with that, students are also looking for the part-time jobs, right? So for the part-time jobs, does Niagara College help the students for the inside the college itself or outside? Does the Niagara College help them to find the job?
Everything happened in-house. we have it's funny, like a lot of people tell me this, and I always say we have a team for that. Something very interesting comes about part-time job. This is my own perspective. When I have to go through this myself, a lot of it haven't changed because the system in Canada, how we find part-time job is still very similar. Is first is actually to learn how to apply for a job. Like how do you even get these jobs? Where do you find it? It's just not. It's very different. The model is very different. We have career services team where students get help from the very first step. Step one, Canadian resume. How do you write Canadian resume? Looks very different than a CV here or in India or anywhere in the world. You don't need any photo. You don't need your parents' name. You don't need like full home address. If you have a nickname, let's say if I go by name John and that's what I like to be called, that's what I'm going to put in my resume. That's my reference. You don't put gender, you don't put date of birth, you don't get biased for those kind of things. Right? So there is no bias. What they need to know: what's your name? How do I contact you? What's your educational background? What is your experience? If you have worked or have you not worked? Anything else you want to tell us? Have you done certificates? Have you done some work on project? And at the bottom, that references available upon asking.
Yeah.
As simple as that. And then you do something like cover letter. And cover letter is like when you show your genuine intent, written in a like a one-page letter format, that why would you should be considered for interview.
Yeah.
So these are like learning curves students kind of go through. So they learn from their career services team. Okay, first step, have a Canadian resume. Second step, where to look for part-time job. Step 3, how to apply for a job. Step 4, how you're gonna interview for a job. Step 5, when you start the job, this is what you need to do. So all that happens in-house, free of cost for students. There's no cost to students, and it can be done at they have drop-in hours. They have office you can visit and book an appointments, and then we have career portal as well where a lot of these jobs get listed. But by the time the students are done with these first few sessions, they feel so much more comfortable actually going personally applying for jobs. Most of the students end up getting part-time job. Talking about part-time jobs in Niagara itself, most of the students work in retail or service space, especially having that much of large tourism. It comes with a lot of businesses who have to cater all those tourists. So a lot of students get good job opportunities during the season of tourism season working in that sector. So that helps. But it just doesn't stop right there. The same model applies when students are about to graduate or looking to find a co-op that they get help with their full-time job opportunities. We host job fairs on campus as well, where the employer, not just from Niagara region, across the province and across the country, actually come to Niagara College, both campuses, and they will either sometime do hiring on site, or you will have enough good connection with the hiring manager that they'll ask you, okay, send me your resume, we would love to have an interview.
Yeah, that sounds cool. And I believe Niagara College is very helpful with this to the students.
We try our best. We try our best.
Yeah, so I've all got the picture about Niagara College now, and I think now I'm fully able to like talk with the students, and I'm confident enough that I can tell the students that what are the USPs of studying there, and
Right.
what do you get if you're
Absolutely.
coming for whatever your interest is. You name it and you get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for sharing all the information about the courses, about the scholarship opportunities and everything. Last question is, what about the post-study work opportunities there? What would be the best pathway for their residency, if possible, or what are the process for that?
Right. So the model is same. Right? Student study in a program where they intend to build a career.
Yeah.
And then once they have completed the education, if they've studied in a program which is postgraduate work permit eligible, they are eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit. But it's a very open model. If you're studying a 2-year or plus program, you are eligible to apply for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. If you've studied in a 1-year academic program, you're eligible to apply for a 1-year postgraduate permit. And really good system about this PGWP is the moment students have graduated, they are allowed to work once they successfully receive a PGWP anywhere in Canada, right? And then that gives them exposure to jobs and maybe more those particular type of jobs are more centric in some different region, they have all flexibility to be able to move there and do a lot of that stuff. Niagara region itself is growing drastically in terms of a lot of spaces. We are welcoming, new investments from around the globe. A very recent one is Asahi Kasai, which is a Japanese company which is opening a plant in Port Colborne, investing billions of dollars, and that will create tons of employment. General Electric is in Niagara region. General Motors is in Niagara region. Massive chain of top level hotels and restaurants in Niagara region. So big service sector in that area. Right in Niagara on the Lake, heart of, like the wine country, a little bit over 150 wineries, a lot of career to be built in that space. And then you have close proximity to everything. You're 1 hour away from, an hour 20 away from Toronto. You are right in the middle. You go Hamilton, which is, we call it a lot of like supply chain, steel manufacturing. So a lot of options throughout the thing. I think what students really need to consider right from the get-go is, one, is familiar yourself with the region, with the place you're going, with the province you're going. This is going to be very important because, like I said, like education now has to be looked at more of strategy, a long-term strategy, than just that going to a college and doing a program, and then find your values from there. And then same thing, once they have accumulated enough experience, and as per the IRCC standard, if they have met the metrics of education and postgraduate work permit, like any individual, coming from my own personal experience, like every individual, they have open access to apply for permanent residency, right? Pending all the other metrics. But yeah, throughout the experience too, like, students can have guiding counseling from, the immigration counselors who can advise them on a lot of this stuff, which I always suggest them to do.
I forgot to ask you one question actually. Right. I wanted to ask, do you have any instance or any incident with one of our Nepalese students that you got in touch with him or her and have done wonderfully well in his or her career?
One would be very hard to put down to. I think we have welcomed many amazing students from Nepal, not just Kathmandu, everywhere. Actually, I'll tell you a story about this the student. I met her about 2 years ago, and we got to talking. She got really excited when I told her I've been to Nepal. And then she got a little bit upset because I couldn't really figure out where she was from. She was not from, like the big towns, Pokhara, Chitwal, Bhutan, like all these places. She was not from there. She came from a very remote area, very east of Nepal. She's a very remote area. She said it's about 2-hour drive to Pokhara. And then I got talking to her about like education experience and everything. And then I asked her like, how does even you consider studying, overseas? And she said, my dad works in town, so he commutes there quite a lot, and he saw one time like a big poster outside about study in Canada. And then he came, actually it was study, like I think he studied abroad, study in Canada, UK, US, and there's some sort of like fair was happening. And then he said the week after we drove 2 hours from our town together to go to this fair. And then I got to know about this thing, got to start learning, and my dad was actually very positive about it. And then they have a younger brother. And it was very interesting to see that somebody who have absolutely no, understanding prior, like what they want to do, and suddenly they take a big step, that they move from a very small town where they get used to living in a community, tight community, and then take this big step, go in a country completely by themselves, completely, doing this thing. And she said a very interesting thing. She said, but my agency I went to, they said, we already have students who are studying there, so they can help you, understand things a little bit better. So when I came, I already had a contact with somebody, and we became friends, and now we're living together. And I said, imagine the power of community.
Yes.
So it's not just that she came from a small community here, and she was able to become a part of a community over there too, while experiencing everything. So I think it's very unique experience. We see a lot of students coming from like the big towns, but like it's very interesting that the student itself are choosing to take a much more riskier journey than anybody else who's coming from a bigger town to move overseas and start everything for themselves. But like it's very hard to pinpoint one single stories. The Nepalese students, the Nepalese immigrants from here to Canada have built a very amazing tight-knit small community as well, but the welcoming nature of the people here doesn't go away. So it's same when you go meet people over there. They like to get involved. They love their sports. They love their songs and the culture and the simulation into the society as well. That they get so excited. They love the concerts, and I know a couple of my friends. They love going to concerts. They love going to try the food. They love sharing their culture with others. So I think it doesn't go away. So that makes, I think, Canada a very perfect destination for them, because that's truly what Canada is. Canada is a diverse country which has welcomed people from around the globe to be able to share their culture and learn Canadian culture, and while sharing their culture, live with those Canadian values, right? And what we call the word Canadian value essentially is just mean like you are somebody who your neighbor or your next person or people can like have a good trust in you. You are somebody who's sharing your culture and welcoming them to be and welcoming yourself to learn about their culture, and it's built a lot on like what we call it is it's a little nitty-gritty details, holding door for somebody, and like helping your neighbor with like loading up the grocery. These are the little things, but actually that's what truly Canadian values and Canadian culture is, and to be able to share all that and to be able to experience all that, and that's what makes your life in that country also a very wholesome experience.
Yes, I can also relate with that because my sister, she's in Canada, so she's living there. She's having this dal bhat and everything, which we have here in Nepal, and she's enjoying the culture there. She's celebrating the festivals and everything. So that's she is there with the better facilities and everything.
Right.
What's here in Nepal compared to, but now she's not forgetting the roots and celebrating all of the culture that we have here in Nepal. So
Absolutely.
and she has a very big community there. Like they have this group of Nepalese team and they celebrate together. It's really so wholesome, like to see my sister not alone there is kind of assurance for me. Okay, we're not there, but my sister is there with all of the people there who's taking care of her and the community, and also she's hanging out with the other people as well from all over the nation, like all over the globe, and she's building the relationship, and it's really good to see her grow from that. Like she was an introvert and now she is extrovert.
Right.
I can totally say that.
It is quite interesting. I always say you could be celebrating any culture, and the beauty of the country is that giving your opportunity to celebrate and express yourself, and then everybody goes for a Canada Day parade.
Yes.
Regardless where you come from, everybody celebrate Canada Day equally. That is the beauty of country. It's like if your holiday is for all of us as well, then our holiday is for you as well.
Yes.
So I think that's a great part about life in Canada.
Yes. So thank you so much for explaining us about the college, the whole life in Canada, and it was such a pleasure to have you. Do you have any last words to our viewers before we end this?
Well, I will end it by saying this, that first of all, thank you so much for taking time watching this, if you're still with us, and thank you so much for taking the time to invite me here. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, there are rumors you've been hearing, there's negative or positive information you have yourself, but you don't yet have clarity. I always say, ask the right question to the right person. Right question asked to a wrong person actually can create a lot more series of the ripple effect of it is so much more worse than you would think. And their best chances to actually get the right information come down to these offices. right? Call the WhatsApp number. Call the landline if there's no office close by. Call the chatbot. Send the email, and the teams here will reach out to you, or you'll get connected to the team, and that's your first point of contact before you even start. Let's say that I want to go there. I want to go there. Ask them the question. They are the people who have the most up-to-date information.
Yeah.
They got teams in Canada, they got teams in Australia, they got teams in UK, New Zealand, every part of the world. I personally know many of the team from Access who travel frequently to a lot of these institutions to have these lifetime updates and understanding. They have direct contact to us. If there's something come up about our institution and they need to verify it, they can directly come to us. Help yourself get the right information. Help yourself get a good guidance. And good guidance sometimes means that the answer may not be exactly what you wanted to hear, but the answer might be what's going to put you on the right path, yes. Right? And that only comes to the people who are very professional, very ethical, just like our partner here, Access. We have very long-standing partnership with here. We have welcomed many, many students from here. So something what Sophie was telling a little while ago, that you can come here, they have teams everywhere. Don't forget, they have a very large network of students who also went from here as well, right? So a lot of Access alumni is also there as well. So take it with a lot of consideration that your investment in your future is a long-term strategy, and then people here will help you get to that across. So you're not alone in here, and once you get there, you're not alone in that step either. Your college will support you to get you till you graduate, and once you do graduate, you become part of a very large, amazing alumni network, which is also there to support you for many, many years.
Thank you so much for the wonderful message. So I would definitely we Access Education Network has 21 years of experience, and we know how to guide the students. We're very ethical, we're very transparent with the students, so please trust us. And yes, thank you so much for your kind words, and we are always there for you guys to come up to us, get connected with them, or you want to have a virtual counseling or anything, we are here. And thank you again for joining us today at Access Education Network and giving us your valuable time. It was really a very fruitful podcast, I would say, because it gives a lot of positive messages about the Canada that our students might have been holding. So thank you so much for the wonderful message and the time.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you everyone for watching us today, and we'll be back with another episode with another wonderful guest. And stay tuned and follow and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye, see you again. Namaste.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
I always wanted to say that.
Wow, thank you so much.
Awesome.